this time, our students that were a part of the Youth Civic Leadership Academy are going to share a presentation. During the classes that we had, we held 8 classes over 4 weeks, and they were power packed because they were only half a day, but we got a lot in. And during that time, the students looked at different problems. They brought up things that they felt were problems in our society, and they decided that they were going to tackle that, and they want to present that to you. One of the issues they're going to present to you, and it will start with Miss Ivory Watson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm a part of the College Park Civic Leadership Academy, and today we want to talk to you about a critical issue facing our community: homelessness in College Park. Our presentation is titled Helping the Unhoused because that's what we aim to do: offer genuine support, dignity, and long-term solutions to those without shelter in our city.
My name is Jamarion Grover, and I'm here to present homelessness in College Park. Currently, around 1.2% of people in College Park are homeless. That may sound like a small number, but it represents real lives. People without basic needs like food, water, or a place to rest, The summer heat can reach 112 degrees, putting lives at risk every day. We see people searching for shelter or asking for help. This isn't just a personal problem, it affects the health, safety, and future of our entire community. Our society must take stronger action. Our society must take stronger actions to ensure homelessness individuals are fed, safely sheltered, and given the tools to rebuild their lives. This isn't just a moral duty, it's vital for our community's well being.
My name is Chloe Thomas, and we believe that no one should be left behind. Our community must act, not just with charity, but with sustainable solutions. Everyone deserves a chance to get back on their feet, and that starts with meeting their most basic needs. Here's what we'll focus on today: the urgent nature of homelessness in College Park. The solutions we propose are to help people transition back into society, and how all of us, especially youth, can make a difference and benefit from a stronger, more united community. Our goals are to support the wellness of the unhoused, create safe, dignified public spaces, build community systems that offer short-term relief and long-term solutions, and promote a culture of compassion and action.
Hello, my name is Raquel Goodrich, and I would like to talk to you about the short-term slash midterm low cost. Short-term steps can make a big difference. We propose distributing book bags, bottled waters, hygiene products, food, and clothing. These items can be collected through food drives and placed at accessible locations like Main Street. Signs, newspaper ads, and word of the mouth can help the unhoused individuals find them.
My name is Eugene Turner, and to talk more about the midterm solutions, these can be achieved within 3 to 6 months, so we started up in that time, and these can last on for 1 to 2 years, versus the short-term solutions, which is more things that us students can do more regularly. But for the midterm solutions, we want to focus on infrastructure and community partnerships. We want to build something that can last within the community. So we can add water fountains, shaded areas, benches, restrooms, and shower stations to help the hygiene and the safety of the unhoused. We could also do hot meal drives, which can be run regularly for events such as holidays, back to school, or just something once a month. Also, we wish to have local businesses help, and this can be helping from donating food or clothes, or also sponsoring stations. We also know for local businesses, most likely incentives will have to be provided, since a lot of people don't just act out of the goodness of their heart, but we do wish that the community would act out of the goodness of their heart.
My name is Ashley Jackson, and I'll be presenting the long-term solutions that we would like you as a city panel to help us reach. Strengthening housing and labor laws, affordable housing and expanding shelters, access to rehab and mental health care. And on the side, we will also like for the city panel and College Park as a whole to collaborate with companies like Cisco and US Foods that can help us partner with the city to offer resources. City officials like you guys can approve funding based on results, ensuring that support stays consistent and effective.
Some people think helping the homeless is too expensive or that it will lead to dependence. But studies show it costs more to do nothing due to ER visits, emergency response, and cleanup costs. Others believe homelessness is caused by bad choices. In reality, many people become homeless because of job loss, eviction, or even family trauma. It's time to replace myths with understanding. We believe the youth and city leaders can help lead the way. And what can we do? We can collect and hand out food, raise awareness, donate supplies. We can also speak up and educate others. Here's what we're specifically asking from you, our city council. We are asking the council to approve funding and city resources to support the short-term, mid-term, and long-term solutions we presented today. This includes placing donation stations in central areas, adding public benches and water fountains, organizing meal drives, and expanding access to shelters and mental health services.
My name's Savannah Hamilton, and I'm going to be talking to you about Call of Action Steps 2. Before I do that, we also ask the council to help coordinate with local businesses, pass supportive housing policies, and ensure that the unhoused residents have access to essential safety and dignity. Your leadership can turn this place into a real change. We respectfully request that the first steps of this plan is approved and in motion by January 1st of next year. This gives enough time to organize budget and begin before winter fully approaches when help is most needed. Call of Action Steps 2. We can create care kits that includes things such as hygiene and more products that they need to focus on themselves. Volunteer at shelters. There's many local shelters in the area that we could volunteer with by helping them with things that they might not have. And most importantly, small actions create a big impact, and we all have something to contribute. Conclusion. Homelessness in College Park reflects deeper issues like inequality, mental health challenges, and the lack of affordable housing. But we believe that change is possible. If we act together with leadership, funding, and compassion, this plan can help people get the support they need and make our entire community stronger. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, we'll start Councilman Pro Tem. I'm sorry, sir.
Oh,
Did you have?
I was just standing up just in case they had any questions, so I would
All
be
right.
ready to answer.
We'll start with Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, thank you. Guys, I feel like a proud mama. Y'all did a fantastic. Can we give them another hand? Oh boy, I've been bragging about you. This was fantastic. You did a great job. And I had a question that Councilman Carn asked me, but I'm going to ask you because I don't know if he's going to ask it. How did you all come up with this idea of homelessness or helping the unhoused?
So during the first week, as a group, we first created just problems that we seen within the community. So we all highlighted different issues from animal safety to animal rescue, food insecurities, and homelessness. So then we had a vote, and we decided that homelessness was the most logical step to take and a problem that needed to be solved within the community.
Thank you. Very good. Who helped you with this?
For those who helped us with it, we helped each other as a group. We bonded, worked together, almost like a family, and also we received help from Mayor Pro Tem and the Dean and the other adults such as Zari and Caleb, who also were there to support us on our journey.
Well, thank you. I didn't do that much help, but thanks for putting me in there. I'm just proud. I'm College Park proud of you all. I'm going to give the rest of the council the opportunity to speak or ask.
Councilmember Carn.
All right, glad to see y'all. This was very impressive, very impressive. Obviously, you all represent our future, all of our future. And I saw some of these kids around this city hall a few days, and I said, I didn't know exactly what it was at first, and then I realized what it was, and I peeked my head in and said a word or two. These these are some really, truly brilliant young people, and it's just great to see bright minds at the beginning of their greatness. It's great to say you knew famous folks back when they weren't quite famous yet. And I feel like you all are definitely headed in that direction, all of you all. A lot of people wonder, they say, well, hey, when are we going to get some new leadership like we had in the past to lead us to the next, into the next century, into the next eras? Where are the Dr. Kings at? Where are the freedom fighters? Where are the social producers and developers and so on and so forth? Where's the next Maynard Jackson coming from? Where's the next Shirley Franklin coming from? And a lot of times people are looking for those folks, but you really don't do a search. They're not going to jump up and say, here I am. I think programs like this is where that leadership starts with young people. One of the things I liked about this was that you had local neighbors involved in the project. I saw Miss Cornelius out working with these kids, and I saw Miss Pam and some of the others. So that's always great when you have local hands-on. We have a lot of wisdom that can guide our kids in the right direction. I was asking, how did you zero in on homelessness out of all of the options and things you could have picked? But that speaks very well from, these are some of our youngest and some of our best and some of our brightest young people. And out of all of the issues they picked, they selected homelessness. That speaks volumes in terms of the moral compass, in terms of where these kids are. And I feel like we're going to be in good hands in the future with young people like you all. Speaking of homelessness, I've talked about it a couple of times, and we have an issue of homelessness in College Park. You used to not be able to see it. Now it's pretty painfully obvious, and we have the responsibility to do something about it. Now, I understand your recommendations were to look at some budgeting for next year. Now, in my opinion, I'm not interested in waiting that long. We did pass the July budget. We're in the second month of the budget, but homelessness is nowhere in the budget specifically. And a lot of things cities do is, well, I'll just be frank, too many cities sweep homelessness under the rug. They hope it's going to go away on its own, and if you ignore it or if you reroute it, that it will solve itself. Well, it will not. We're an urban city. We're a hospitality city. We have a very transient population, and homelessness is going to be a big factor. I would like to see us, city manager, taking a look in this budget and at least committing something officially in this budget for homelessness. At the end of the day, if you want to know what a city's priorities are, you look at their budget, regardless of what's being said, regardless of what's being passed. If you want to see where the priorities are, you look at the community's budget and where they spend their dollars. And city manager, at the next council meeting, I would just make this suggestion. I think that we all need to lean into this and actually put it on the books and earmark a portion of funds for homeless initiatives. Specifically, I would say at least $100,000 towards that. Now, I know our budget's already set in concrete and in stone, but we all do have our community enhancement funds. I, for one, would be willing to put in 20 towards that, and if everybody does the same, we can reach that figure, and we can actually put some action behind the commitment. So, city manager, I'd like that to be on the next agenda for discussion. I want us to try to put something towards that to take us through the end of the summer, through the fall, and through the holidays. I've reached out to several homeless providers and resources. There's a group called Patty in Atlanta. I've spoken to folks at the Gateway Center, which I have had a good relationship with them since I was county commissioner in terms of how things work. We need to establish some go-to resources that have expertise in this as well, that we can partner with, that that we can contract with and work with now, work with in this budget, in this year, and do what we can for homelessness, because it's very easy to end up homeless. I've got a lot of apartment communities, and I've seen people go from living in their one-bedroom apartments to living into their cars. And from there, when the cars give out, on the streets, literally. It's a serious issue, and it does not take much for folks to be homeless. Some folks only have to miss a few paychecks, just a couple of months, and any one of us in this room could be out on the street very, very, very quickly. So we need to understand how lucky we are to have a roof over our heads, but it's a proposition that most of us don't understand the meaning of the word homelessness and what it truly, truly means. So, City Manager, I want to commit to that. I want to put that on the next agenda for discussion within this budget without increasing our budget. But I want us to dedicate and earmark some funds towards this, and whether there's consensus for everybody to do it, I mean, that's up to everybody. I can tell you, I, for one, am going to commit at least that amount towards this to get the ball rolling. And it's not because of you guys, alone. I've been talking about this a few months on end. And Chief, we had a conversation about it the other couple weeks ago as well. So it's a growing problem, and but we thank you all for inspiring us as well. Again, you guys keep going in the right direction, and I'm looking forward to looking at y'all's futures with great interest. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Councilmember Arnold.
Thank you. You all did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I want to start with that part. And to your deans, Dean Cornelius and Dean Carr, you all did an excellent job in grooming them so that they could present their information. They presented well. And, as my colleagues have said before me, I see the next leaders in the city of College Park. You all showed how you worked together, you collaborated together, and these are all great skill sets for the job market. So I just kudos to finding a problem, coming up with a solution, presenting it, and asking for what you need in order to make that thing come to reality and fruition. Thank you again for the hard work, and I'm looking forward to how we can support this project in the future. Thank you.
Councilmember Gay.
Yes, I also want to congratulate y'all for a good program. Eleanor, thank you for your work. And y'all continue to have a good school year.
Thank you.
Well, I certainly appreciate the presentation. It is so timely. I'm actually headed to Tampa a little bit later on this month to see about some solutions that Tampa has employed in dealing with issues of the unhoused. And there's a number of people from Metro Atlanta who are headed to learn more. And I think that we should be having a broader conversation about how we address this issue that has absolutely, positively impacted our communities in ways that are visible and kind of invisible too. When you were talking about homelessness, I actually wrote down, what is your definition? Because it's not just the people on the streets, right? It's also people who don't know where they're going to be next week or next month, or might be on someone's couch right now until they get kicked out. So what are we doing as a community, as a region, to support and ensure that more people don't fall into that? Because housing is sort of the crux of everything. If you don't have housing, it's really hard to focus on going to school. If you don't have housing, it is very, very difficult to figure out where that next meal is coming from as well. So thank you for bringing it to our attention. It is something that, as I said, I will be focusing in on for a full day in Tampa a little bit later this month. And I look forward to bringing some of those innovative solutions back to my colleagues so we can have a broader discussion about it and incorporate everything that you've said as well. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your efforts.
Thank you.
Mayor, one more thing, y'all, don't go, y'all. I also want to state that as many of you are aware, we have already put out the applications for our Youth Civic Advisory Board. Several of the young folks here have already applied to be a part of that, because one of the things that we would like to do, and a city manager, and even to my colleagues, I would like to include our young folks in this solution, that we come up with, or the strategy that we have to address the unhoused in our city. So that is one of the things that we will be tackling over the year. So, and I know that I see flowers, so I think you guys have something that you drew. And Janiyah, do you have, is there something you want to do with those flowers? Okay, just come on real quick so we can, come on up.
We would like to present these flowers to Dean Cornelius.
And we also have flowers for Zari.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I would be remiss if I did not thank the City of College Park for opening up your home to us to provide this information to our students. We thank the city department head for coming in and sharing your careers with the students. So we are very thankful for everything that you open up to our young leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.